Yesterday it was Offensive Rookie of the Year. Today, defensive. Odds provided by the PointsBet Sportsbook. I get the trivia question for the second straight day. I guess I did so well yesterday. You're asking me again?
Yeah, I guess so. It's all right. Either way, this one's tough. I mean, you know me. I'm a historian, and I don't even know this one. Only once was there co-rookie defensive players of the year. What year and who were the players? I know. I'll tell you it's the Atlanta Falcons just because this is so hard. I'll tell you that. It's the Atlanta Falcons. It's 1980. I'll even tell you the year. But
and it's two players from the Falcons?
Right. Both linebackers. They're not household names. I only really
I'll know them when you say them. I remember. I mean, I was locked in. I was watching every game back then. How do I not remember this?
Right.
I'll know them when you say them. I surrender.
Yeah,
Tell me the names.
I was sucking on a pacifier and
eating
eating baby food at this point, so I have no idea. Al Richardson and Buddy Curry. Okay, and I know.
I thought those names would ring a bell. They don't.
Al Richardson rang a bell. I did not. The other one, no disrespect to either one. I mean, that's a phenomenal accomplishment and crazy that two guys on the same team got that.
80, I think, was the first year that the Falcons were good from the time that I started following football in the early 70s. And I think that was the year they expanded the playoffs to 5 teams per conference, and they got in that year into the. It may have played the Eagles in the 4-5 game. I remember that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember those two names. All right, you get the first pick, Chris, in the Defensive Rookie of the Year draft.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to just go with Micah Parsons. I mean, I'm going to take chalk here for that one. You just again, sometimes the obvious answer is the answer. I mean, the dude looks like a stud. I mean, he stands out from the second we saw him in the Hall of Fame game, and he's got a cool little personality. He's certainly not afraid of being the man in Dallas, and he fits the scheme. So I mean, really, he might be the best player in that defense already. I'm going Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's the obvious pick, and we've said before, it seems like he's been in the NFL 6 or 7 years, not a rookie straight out of Penn State. I'll go Zaven Collins, another guy that we both liked in the preseason, a guy that I think is incredibly versatile. He's been compared to Brian Urlacher. That is a strong comparison, but he can do a lot of different things. The Cardinals have that defense where they like guys that can do a lot of different things, has a chance to stand out, has a chance to make some impacts and get attention. Not easy to do on the Cardinals, but Kyler Murray did it on the offensive side 2 years ago. Maybe Zaven Collins can do it this year.
Yeah, I hear you there. I mean, he made the same impression that we just talked about with Micah Parsons. That's that type of player. I'm excited to see him and Isaiah Simmons in the middle of that defense. I can say, just from playing Brian Urlacher, I got to play him one time in my life. Man, was that a pain in the butt. Forget he's smart and everything else. But when you got somebody that big, that athletic, and that long, too, in the middle of the field, whoa, do windows seem like they're just a lot tighter than usual when you got a guy like that. All right, I'm going to go off. I'm going to go nobody on that board here. I'm just going to go with somebody that I think's a baller. Caleb Farley. Again, you know my thoughts on Caleb Farley. He had the opt-out last year. He had a little back problem that concerned teams that made him fall to the late first round of the Tennessee Titans. But hands down, if he doesn't have that, he is a top 5 pick, I think. He is that talented. And from what I've seen on film so far, he looks like the body is hitting on all cylinders. So I'm going to go with him over there in Tennessee.
Well, and you've been a big believer in him from day one. There have been issues between the opt-out, the back surgery, and now he's going to have to have a lot of interceptions.
Yeah,
you're not going to get Rookie of the Year votes because you're a great coverage guy and they don't throw your way. He's going to have to get the ball in his hands and do something with it in order to get himself in position to win that award. And I'll stay in that same position because he brings name recognition to the table, and he had a pick 6 in the preseason. Patrick Surtain, the second of the Denver Broncos, a guy that whatever he does will be noticed and will be talked about. And when you think about the fact that ultimately people vote on this award, that's the kind of thing that can make a difference. So the name recognition will help. That's why I go with Surtain.
Yeah, I'm with you there, too. First off, he's looked the part as well. And, he's got, great football IQ, just like he got great hands like we saw. So that's a good pick by you. Man, this is where it's tough. I love Jalen Phillips, but that's a different scheme down there a little bit in Miami. They don't always let you just pin your ears back and go after it, and he got a slow start to camp because he was a little bit banged up. I'm going to go Kwity Paye with the Colts. You know, they play that defense where, hey, it's wide nines and it's just all about go get the quarterback. To me, he looks a little bit so far like a James Harrison type of guy coming off the edge. You know, yeah, it's not your measurables that you necessarily make sense for elite pass rushers, but he's strong as hell and has an unbelievable motor. So I'll go with Kwity Paye, and that defensive scheme, I think it's the right fit, and I think he can certainly get a handful of sacks as the year goes on.
Well, you went with one of your guys in Caleb Farley. I'm going with one of my guys because I know it's a guy that you've got concerns about, Gregory Rousseau, late first rounder of the Bills. Hey, Bills are going to score points.
Yeah.
Bills are going to have leads.
Yeah.
What happens
You're right.
when a team has a lead? The defense, they always say pin their ears back, which I never understood because they're wearing helmets. But pin their ears back and let them go after the quarterback. And he's looked good in the preseason. I think that there are going to be some teams that drafted ahead of the Bills asking themselves, why didn't we take a more serious look? Another guy who opted out, but huge, long arms, disruptive, and at what do we have the odds on him at? I think it's around plus 2,000, 20-1 shot.
Your points are good, though. You're right. They're going to be throwing the ball. They're going to have some leads. He's going to get to just come off the edge and get after the quarterback. And, hey, he had 2 sacks. He has long arms. You bring that up. I mean, that's been the difference. I mean, he gets his hands and offensive lineman's shoulders and chest, and they don't know what to do. They can't reach back. I mean, he's that long, so he's been pretty impressive.
All right. We flew through it. And by the way, I did a little multitasking. The year I was thinking of with the Falcons was 78. That was the first year of the expanded playoffs. They had never been in the playoffs before. They were down 13-0 to the Eagles, and they came back.
As Bartkowski is the quarterback? Who's the quarterback?
Steve Bartkowski.
Steve Bartkowski, right.
They had never been to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs in 78, 79, and 80. In 80, they were 12-4, and they actually won the NFC West.
Wow.
And lost to the Cowboys in the divisional round. All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.